everyone, good day. I am Shane D. Sampson and welcome to my vlog. For today's video, we are going to talk about an important topic in mathematics called matrices and its types of operations. Don't worry, because I'll be explaining this in a simple and easy way. So, let's get started. So first, what is a matrix? A matrix is a group or set of numbers arranged in rows and columns, forming a square or rectangular arrays, and it is enclosed by brackets. Matrices help us organize data neatly, especially when dealing with many numbers at once. Matrix algebra has at least two advantages. First, it reduces complicated system of equations into simpler expressions. Second, it is very useful in computer applications because matrices are easy for computers to process and analyze. That's why matrices are widely used in mathematics, science, engineering, and technology. Let us now move on to the different types of matrix operations. The first one is the equality of matrices. Two matrices are said to be equal if all their corresponding elements are equal. Take note that if even one element is different, then the matrices are not equal at all. Let us take a look at this example of these two matrices, wherein matrix A is a 3 by 3 matrix and matrix B is also a 3 by 3 matrix. All the elements are the same in both matrix A and matrix B. They also have the same arrangement and the same number of columns and rows. That is why these two matrices is equal. The second one is the addition and subtraction of matrices. The sum or difference of two matrices, for example, matrix A and B, of the same size yields a matrix C of the same size. Take note that matrices of different sizes cannot be added or subtracted. Let us take a look at this example. Let us always remember that when we add or subtract matrices, we simply operate on the corresponding elements. For example, in this first example, wherein 7 is only added to 1, which is equivalent to 8, and 2 is added to negative 4, which is equivalent to negative 2. Let us take a look at example number 2, wherein 6 is only subtracted to 1, which is equivalent to 5, and 3 is subtracted to 1, which is equivalent to 2. As what I have said earlier, only two matrices that has the same size and dimension can be added and subtracted, which will yield to the same size of matrix. The third one is the scalar multiplication of matrices. It is performed by multiplying a single number, which is called a scalar number, by every element in a matrix. It is simple. Whatever the scalar is, you multiply it to each entry of the matrix. For example, this matrix operation. 4, which is the scalar number, is multiplied to each element of the matrix. For example, 4 times 3 is equivalent to 12. 4 times negative 1 is equivalent to negative 4. 4 times 2 is equivalent to 8, and 4 times 1 is equivalent to 4. It is just like what I said earlier, you just simply multiply the scalar number to each of the element. The third one is the multiplication of matrices. Matrix multiplication is a bit different from the scalar multiplication. For two matrices to be multiplied, the numbers of columns of the first matrix must be equal to the numbers of rows of the second matrix. Remember that if this condition is not met, then matrix multiplication is not possible. Let's take a look at this example, wherein this matrix is a 2 by 3 matrix, and this matrix is a 3 by 2 matrix. Just like what I have said earlier, the numbers of columns of matrix A must be equal to the numbers of rows in matrix B, which means that this matrices has met the condition. Since the numbers of row in the matrix A is 2 and the numbers of columns in matrix B is 2, it will give us a 2 by 2 matrix as a product. To get the elements of this matrix, you first have to multiply each rows and each columns. For example, the first row is multiplied to the elements of the second row. For example, 1 times 4, 2 times 6, 3 times 5. All the products of those numbers will be added to each other, which will then give us 31. The second one is this element. We have to multiply the first row to the second column, which will give us 1 times 8, 2 times 2, and 3 times 3. All those products will be added, which will then give us 21. Let's move on to this element, wherein this second row will be multiplied to first column, which will then give us 4 times 4, 2 times 6, and 7 times 5. And then you add those products, which will then give us 63. Then now, let us move on to this element. To get this, we have to multiply the second row to the second column, which will then give us 4 times 8, 2 times 2, and 7 times 3. And you add those products, and then so you will get this number, 57. Let us move on to the fourth matrix operation, which is the transpose of matrices. It is simply the interchange of rows and columns of a matrix. Let us take a look at this example, wherein the rows become columns and the columns become rows. Let's take a look at the first row, wherein the first element of the first row has become the first element in the first column. Let us move on to the symmetric matrices. A matrix is called symmetric if it is equal to its transpose. This means that the matrix looks exactly the same even after transposing it. Let us take a look at this example wherein the elements of matrix A is just the same as the element of matrix A when you transpose it. The T here means that it has been transposed. And that's it. Thank you for watching this video. We've learned what matrices are, their advantages, types, and different operations. I hope that this vlog helped you understand matrices better. Again, thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. Bye everyone!